Namaste and hi friends, it's Parvati here with Visionary Veda, coming to you today, September the 28th, with this special report talking about Saturn changing directions, okay? Right off the bat, I want to mention that I am a Vedic astrologer, and we use the sidereal zodiac, which is slightly different from the Western zodiac. Okay, the signs are the same, the planets are the same. It's just the way that we go about reading the signs and the planets, and their placements are different because their placements are based on where the planets actually are in the sky today. Now, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for all of the viewers out there that are giving their feedback and their comments and their questions. This is really, really awesome to get. I love engaging and answering your questions. Some of my viewers have been asking me to do a little tutorial to help people understand the difference between the Vedic signs and the Western signs. Okay, so for example, people get confused when they think that in their charts that they are a Leo sun, and it turns out that they are a Cancer sun in the Vedic. So if enough people are interested in a little tutorial, I will be happy to do a tutorial on that in one of my next videos, or even do a web class. If that's something that you guys would be interested in, let me know. Okay, so let's get started with today's topic, which is Saturn moving direct in its sidereal sign of Capricorn. Now, Saturn has been going retrograde for the last 5 months or so, and this is very standard. Both Saturn and Jupiter go retrograde. Saturn about 5 months out of the year, and Jupiter can be up to 4 months out of the year. So it's usually almost like more than a third of the year, all the time, that these two planets are in retrograde motion. Okay, so many people will have Saturn or Jupiter retrograde in their birth charts, as well as Mercury, because Mercury goes retrograde quite often as well, 3 times a year. Okay, so now Saturn is in the sidereal sign of Capricorn, and Jupiter finally stationed and is going direct in its sidereal sign of Sagittarius. And we had the North Node and the South Node changing signs, right? And I've done several videos about this already. So Saturn now is heading direct. It's stationing right now as we speak, and is about to change from retrograde motion into direct motion in the nakshatra of Uttarashada, okay, or Uttarashad. This is the nakshatra ruled by the sun and indicates final victory. One more thing I want to mention before I launch into Saturn is that Mars is also retrograde right now and is going through the Gandanta point, or a very, very unstable pivotal point between the sidereal sign of Aries and the sidereal sign of Pisces on October 4th. Okay, so we really need to pay attention to this date, right? On August 16th, it went direct through that Gandanta point, and the first round of California fires happened that night. Then Ketu went through the Gandanta point on September 7th, and the second round of California fires happened on the 7th. And now, again, Mars is retrograding and is going to head back to Pisces, sidereal Pisces. On the 4th, is going to go through that Gandanta point again. And then again when it goes direct. Okay, so I don't want to get sidetracked because here I am talking about Mars, but I did want to bring that date up for note. Okay, now moving on to Saturn. So Saturn is stationing direct as we speak. And on September 29th or 30th, depending on where you are in the world, it will head direct. Now, what are the implications of Saturn in Capricorn? Now, we're going to take this video and we're going to look at it a little bit more holistically than just at Saturn, but the primary focus is going to be Saturn. So Saturn in Capricorn is very strong, okay? Because Saturn is the Lord of the sign of Capricorn. And so what does this mean? So what it can mean for us on an individual level and a collective level. Saturn is the planet of that rules. It is the Karaka, or the indicator, or the significator of karma, right? Limitations, okay? Very heavy sort of feelings and emotions, feelings of isolation. Now, Saturn moved into Capricorn this January. And what have we seen? We've seen all of us, we're all isolated, right? Saturn, isolation, heaviness, depression, like feeling the weight of our actions, okay? Seriousness, taking things very seriously. It's not a lighthearted, fluffy planet or energy. It is the energy and the planet of hard work. And the key word for Saturn is discipline, right? So I'm sure a lot of us all over the world have come into, contention with our own discipline during this time of lockdown and of isolation, and not being able to be out in the world and being able to be distracted by the usual things that we enjoy being distracted with, right? So, which is a lot of Venusian stuff, right? Like friends and entertainment and having fun. Now everybody is contending with their disciplines. When Saturn went retrograde, it should have been a time for us to review what in our life and where in our life are we needing to make changes and implement things that are going to take us some work to accomplish, okay? See, Saturn is all about reality. It's all about being realistic. It's all about having practical solutions to get us to where we want to go. Saturn, the sign of Capricorn now, is the sign of our outward authority, our status in society. It's the established order. It is the sort of, old ways, the old tried and true ways, okay? Saturn also represents the masses. Why? Because it gets exalted in Libra, which it indicates the people. So Saturn is a planet of the people. Saturn is a planet of service to the people. Saturn is also the Karaka of democracy. And I am going to apologize yet again to all of you because of this video glitch. Side note here, I checked all my files. I checked how much space I have on this computer, and everything is showing that it's running fine. I even did some sort of defragmentation, yet this video is glitching. So I don't know what to do. I'm just going to keep talking, and I want to thank all of you that are bearing with me while this video and all these videos keep doing that. I really don't know how to work around it, but I'm going to continue to look into it. Anyway, moving along. So Saturn in Capricorn indicates on a mundane level especially since it's going to be in the sign for the next year and a half still, okay, before it moves out. And Jupiter is going to come and it's going to meet up with the planet Saturn on November 20th. Right now, Jupiter is in Sagittarius going direct. So what this indicates is we are going to be feeling inspired. Okay, Jupiter is going to change signs on November 20th. So until then, we're going to be feeling inspired. We're going to be seeing the big picture. We're going to be wanting to implement these huge changes, right? But then when it comes in and meets Saturn in November, then it's going to get realistic. Okay, we have all these great notions, these great ideas, these great changes we want to implement. Now, who's going to do the hard work to make it happen? It's a reality check, okay? And that's going to happen later on in November, but a whole bunch of other stuff's going to happen before that. So right now, when Saturn is getting ready to go direct, we're going to start facing, right? And like up until now, we've been reevaluating what is our status? What is our work in this world? Is what I'm doing for a living, or is my status, or is the way I'm viewed in the world a reflection of who I truly am? If not, what is it that I need to change? What do I need to do? What are my goals? What is the practical, clear path to get to my goals, to accomplish my goals, and how much am I willing to dedicate and be disciplined towards fulfilling those goals, okay? So that is a short little synopsis of Saturn in Capricorn and the energies that we should all be feeling around now. In fact, we should have been feeling it for a while, but now that it's going direct, it's going to take our action and our hard work to get to and accomplish those goals. Now, a lot of people are also asking me on more of a global collective level, what's going to happen, right? So on a collective energetic level, it does indicate a reinforcement of the old, okay? Saturn in Capricorn does not show innovation and newness. That can happen when it goes into Aquarius. But in Capricorn, it's the tried and true, nose to the grindstone, chop wood, carry water kind of energy, right? So it does to me indicate like a staying in established sort of boundaries, okay? It doesn't show to me, it doesn't seem to me like any big great change is going to come. If anything, the change is going to be pulling us back. The changes are going to restrict any sort of forward movement, all right? Now, I don't know what's going to happen. I have an idea, but I'm not really going to share my ideas here. I'm just sharing the energetics of the planetary placements. And to me, it feels like whatever does happen is going to take us a lot of hard work and a lot of restrictive types of policies, or old established types of policies are going to be put into place, especially after November. I think that a lot of the laws, right, because Jupiter gets debilitated in Saturn. Why is that? Because, Jupiter gets debilitated in Capricorn. Why is that? As Jupiter's expansive planet and Capricorn's a restrictive energy, okay? So Jupiter doesn't feel so expansive. So I think a lot of these significations of like established order, restrictiveness is going to be at play. Another thing I want to touch on real quick for those of you who do know a little bit more about Vedic astrology, and I didn't mention it, or I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I am a Vedic astrologer, okay, is Saturn's drishti, or Saturn's aspects. Saturn has special aspects. So every planet aspects its opposite. Every planet has a seventh house drishti. Why? Because they can see, right? They can see the opposite of where they're sitting. But Saturn has two other special aspects. It has the third aspect and the 10th aspect. Why is this? The third aspect is indicative of the third house, which is our own hard work. So Saturn's third aspect is going to be aspected on the sign of Pisces. What is the sign of Pisces indicating? The sign of Pisces is indicating the ending, right? So anything we want to complete or end, or it's actually a sign of ego disillusionment, right? It's a sign of like the river meeting the ocean and becoming one with the sea. So that is going to feel restricted. We're going to feel like whatever it is we're trying to change or we're trying to let go of is not leaving us. And it's going to take us some hard self-effort to complete these things and move on into the spirit of feeling oneness. So that tells me there's going to be more divisiveness, okay? Then Saturn's seventh aspect, right across from Capricorn, is going to be on the sign of Cancer. So another watery sign, right? Pisces is the ocean. Cancer is also a deep water sign. Emotions, nurturing, nourishment, feeling taken care of. That's going to feel like sucked dry. That's going to feel restricted. That's not, it's going to feel like it's missing, right? So one way I can illustrate it is like a very stern sort of mother that when you fall down is not going to coddle you, but be like, hey, watch where you're going, right? Very strict. No like P's and Q's and excuse me's, okay? And this is on a global level and a personal level, remember. Then Saturn's 10th aspect. Why the 10th aspect? Because the 10th house is a house of work, right? It's a house of one's status and career and outward sort of, stature in the world, authority. Authority is a better word. So that 10th aspect is going to be on the sign of the sidereal sign of Libra. Now this is the sign where Saturn gets exalted. Why does Saturn get exalted in Libra? Because Libra is the sign of the other. And Saturn is the servant of the other. He's the servant of, right? The downtrodden, the labor class, right? The poor, the sick, the lame. Okay, so Saturn's 10th aspect is going to hit that, which shows me that whatever does come in during this cycle is going to look at those classes of people and have more an attitude of get to work. You're poor? Well, get a job. This is sort of the feeling, the energy, and not only that, but like the indications of the planets and the signs and the aspects. The aspects are very important because that's the different parts of the zodiac where these energies get played out. So that is going to do it for me for now. Speaking about Saturn going direct, this time of stationing, which is the next few days, today, tomorrow, and then finally on the 29th, 30th, is you're going to start to feel some movement. So these days of stationing, you might feel really mentally heavy, okay? Just know you might be feeling a bit depressed. You might be feeling a bit disheartened, okay? Just know that this is a planetary energy, and once Saturn starts moving forward, you're going to feel a relief in this area, and maybe things relating to your career, your status, your authority, and your work in the world will begin to become more clear. Okay, so I hope that has been helpful for you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I wanted to mention that because we are such a small group, I don't have that many subscribers. So since we are such a small group, let's take advantage of that. And let's interact with each other more, ask more questions down in the comments, and let's really learn and dig in deep regarding Vedic astrology, because it is amazing. I love it. It's mind-blowing, and I love to see how it's playing out with you. So that's going to do it for me. Enjoy the life, right? Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and until next time, all the best. I'll see you on the next video. All right, take care now. Bye-bye.